What's up? It is Tuesday, October 8th. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Let's look at the days. Okay, so today is Twin Day. Now, y'all like, why are you wearing a Cowboys hat? It's because I'm recording this really on Wednesday. Sorry, y'all. There was my Twin Day stuff. There you go. Yeah. Today is Western Day. Okay, today is Western Day. And since I was like, well, I don't got any Western clothes, I might as well wear a Cowboys hat, though. Let's go. Stars up. You know what I mean? Might as well, if I can unzip, might as well wear my Cowboy fit. This is my Western wear. This is my Cowboys fit. So what's up, y'all? I do got the boots on, though. I got the boots on. So I guess that's the best I can do. That's the best I can do. You know what I mean? It's the best I can do. All right. So today is Western Day. And then tomorrow is 80s Day. I'm excited. 8th grade 80s Day, 6th grade 60s, 7th grade 70s. I am excited for tomorrow. Make sure you got your fit. And again, ask your parents. They probably can help you out, okay? And then Friday's green and gold, but you got to go next level green and gold. Next level green and gold. Can't be the normal. The next level. This homecoming, we got to do extra. You got to do a little bit extra. Okay. I do want to just talk about this momentarily because this is all we're actually going to do today. On yesterday's video, again, on Monday's video, we went over everything. All the scenario, we went over the actual graph. We talked about the prompt. We also went over all of the evidence in there. So if you want to see that part, go to yesterday's video. I'll link it down below in the description. Today we're just going to talk a little bit about the reasoning, and then really it's going to be for you to finish this rough draft. Again, really it's just going to be for you to finish this rough draft. So I think I got my thing right here. Yeah. So this is as far as we got yesterday, right? This idea that we labeled all of the evidence, and I do want to put this, I added just a little bit more because I wanted to make sure that we were good, is this idea that okay, we did the 4 meters, but we said it was 2. I put 2p yesterday, but I wanted to add some clarification. 2 over 5, 3.5 over 5, and then 4.5 out of 5. And the reason I wanted to add that clarification is because that tells us how painful it is on the scale. So it's letting us know. Because if it's 2 out of 10, that's different than 2 out of 5. If it's 2 out of 100, that's a different pain scale. So I just wanted to put that in there for context. Again, that's going to give us context as to understanding what does the 2 mean? What does this 3.5 mean? What does the 4.5 mean? So if it's 4.5 out of 5, that's a pretty high pain level. That would be like a 9 out of a 10. Or if you said, I got 90% pain. That's what I got. You'd be like, oh, Mandy, you're in a lot of pain right there, okay? Compared to Nicole's, which would be more like 70% or 7 out of 10. Or Sarah, hers would be 4 out of 10 or 40% pain. So, of course, it's going down. Some people said an overall trend, something they wanted to say is that they said for evidence, it looks like, and this is more explaining the evidence than it is necessarily just straight up evidence, because you would explain, this goes in your reasoning, is that the higher that the ball was hit, right, then they said, oh, it seems like the higher the ball was hit, then the more pain there is. Now, how we would do that, let me see if I can use this ruler. Let me see if I can, what the, no, it went away, Paul. Okay, let's see if we can, oh, I guess you can't use a ruler. Every time I try to use a ruler, it's like, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So, oh well, I guess we cannot use the ruler, apparently, we're not using the ruler. Apparently, that's what it is. I think I actually have, do I have a thing of it? I hope I do somewhere. Okay, pause. All right, here we go. So we're good. We're back in here. We're not going to use the ruler. We're just going to freehand this thing. And what it is if we just go from the 0, we're just going to go from the 0 point. That's why I wanted to use a ruler, because it would be a little bit better. Boom. It does look like the trend line would say, or the slope of the data would say, that the higher, right, that the higher the ball is hit, that there's a positive correlation between higher the ball is hit to the amount of pain. So there's a couple things that you've got to connect here. So We talked about this yesterday that you got to use Newton's third law of motion, which says for every action force, there's an equal and opposite reaction force. So it's this idea, okay? And I think I have my volleyball right here. I do. It's saying your hand is the action force. So the more action force you apply here, right, then the more reaction force is applied back down to your wrist, which is what is causing the pain. It's the reaction force. So again, boom, the more action force I apply, then the more reaction force I'm going to have down onto my hand or wrist. So you've got to connect those ideas in there, that because Mandy hit it, the highest, right? Then she probably is also going to have the most reaction force. Since she hit it the highest, she probably applied the most force, and then that means she also had the most reaction force applied to her hand or to her wrist, and that's why she was having the most pain. So you've got to connect those ideas. Also, you've got to connect this idea that the higher the ball went, it's because more force is being applied. Because if you actually look in the data, nowhere in there does it say anything about force. It only says about height the volleyball traveled. So you have to connect those two ideas. That one, that the higher the ball is, that means more force was applied. And because more force was applied, that means more reaction force was applied. And that's why she has more pain than the other girls. So you've got to connect all of those ideas inside of your reasoning, all right? So that's actually it for today. Get your rough draft finished, and then inside of modules is already the assignment, so you actually can start typing that out. I'm going to pause and go to modules real quick. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that you saw this, is that it's right here. So there's the assignment, just like normal. You're going to go and click that thing open, blad out. There is... you're going to go there, make a copy. There is a lesson video, which you're watching right now. And we talk about question, claim, evidence, reasoning. And then we also talk about the graph. So there is a lesson video there if you want to talk more about it. But we just talked about it here. So we're good. And then also just do that. So again, the form is right here. You're going to click there, say file, make a copy, do the whole thing. File, make a copy, just like we've been doing, right? Make a copy. Make sure that you actually fill out the entire rubric. Make sure you score it. This is the new rubric that we have, and I'm going to go over that real quick, and then that's actually going to be the end of it. So here is the rubric, right? And I just put it in the order that the document is. So question, claim, evidence, reasoning, rough draft, and then rubric. So question, claim, evidence, reasoning, rough draft, and rubric. So now it's just in the order of your paper. Also, I do want to say I have lowered some of the points for the question, the claim, the evidence, and I've upped the amount of points for the reasoning, because that part is the most difficult part, so it should be worth the most. So I just want to show you those changes that I made to the rough draft to make it more fluid, but then also represent where you're spending most of your time. Also, just so you know, with the rough draft, I'm looking for your claim, your evidence, and your reasoning paragraph. If you are missing one, it just goes down in scale, okay? If you're not completing the entire rubric, again, it just goes down in scale. So make sure that you highlight each section, right? And we talked about that, so that's just as simple as going like this and being like, okay, 3 points there, bam, bam. Highlight each section as you're scoring, so I know what your score is for each section. That tells me that you scored and looked at each section, so make sure you're looking. And then give your total score here at the bottom, and that would complete the rubric section for you. Last thing about the modules, if you're wanting to retake the quiz, if you scored an 8 or lower on the quiz, again, an 8 or lower, click here. Go through this till you score an 80% or higher. You should do 2 things. Study first, then do this quizzes retake review. You score an 80% or higher, you can sign up for my Sting session on Thursday, and you can retake it then. You can also retake it during lunch. Some people did that. You could also retake it or make it up, because some people haven't taken it at all. You can retake it or make it up before or after school, during lunch, or you can sign up for my Sting session. My Sting session on Thursday will be just open. There's a few people I will pull in, but it'll just be open mostly to everyone. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful day. Peace.